To our today's topic, that is a brief introduction to the programming with the SAS. So SAS as an introduction. So SAS, that is been pronounced as the SAS, once stood for the Statistical Analysis System. It began at the North Carolina State University as a project to analyze agriculture research. Demand for such software and the capabilities began to grow, and SAS was founded as an organization in 1976. So today, if you can see that SAS is running into the various industry verticals, though it started with a research project. SAS is also a leader in terms of analytics solutions. SAS has actually transformed the data into the insight, which can give a fresh perspective on the business. So that is also true for the analytics. SAS has a very large number of the components customized for the specific industry and data analysis tasks. So that means SAS has a ready products for the various industrial applications. Those are available for its customers. So what could be the different applications or the industries where SAS has been implemented? So SAS has been implemented into a BFSI domain. It is also there into utility and media companies. It is also utilized by the few of the governments, education institute, as well as the industries like a manufacturing, mining, engineering, and construction. So you'll find that SAS has been implemented to a larger lead to the mostly every sector today. But what could be a future of the SAS? So Gartner has recognized SAS as the leader in its 2017 February Magic Quadrant for Data Science Platform. Here if you can see that SAS stood very high and it is in the fourth quadrant in the topmost position. So here it is also been represented in this quadrant as a leader. So the new Gartner report defines a data science platform as a cohesive software application that offers a mixture of the basic building blocks essential for creating all kind of a data science solution and other incorporating those solutions to a business process, surrounding infrastructure and products. So SAS actually built to enable analytical insights to drive business actions. SAS platform support every phase of an analytics life cycle from data to discovery to deployment. So that means SAS into both of the things. It is also a BI tool and it can be seen as a BA tool, that is a business analytics tool. So management and government are the essential features of this leading platform. So there is a lot of the demand even for the SAS professional, rather analytic professional as well. So SAS has over 40,000 customers worldwide and holds the largest market share in the advanced analytics. And that's the reason there is a lot of the demand even for the SAS professionals. So you can see this particular graph in the right side of the present this slide. We'll see that annual salary packages we are mentioned on the y-axis and years of experience we are mentioned on the x-axis. So blue color lines are nothing but the medians and the 75th of the percentile line are represented by the red color bars. So according to a study by the Money as well as the pay scale, SAS analytics skills are the most valuable skills to have in a today's job market. The study analyzed 54 million employees profiles across 350 industries with 15,000 job titles from entry-level workers to the top executives. Data mining and the data modeling were also highly valuable skill, both of which are done with the help of the SAS. I just like to add that I am also a SAT certified professional and I can see that it adds real value to your profession. So here this particular window, whenever you log into the SAS, it comes with this particular console. So here we can see that it's a more like an editor window. So that contains the SAS program or the script. This is nothing but a log window that contains a record of the command. submitted to a SAS shows errors in the command. Here you can find that once you click the tab, it opens a output window. That is, we see the output, whatever the SAS produces, maybe print, maybe a data set that we want to view. And here we can have two types of a library. So one is a permanent library and other is a work, that is a temporary library. So SAS, we will see that there are the two steps always been differentiated by the initials. So in a SAS script, you will always find there are the two types of the steps that we are writing. Either it's a data step or either it's a proc steps. So first we try to see what are the data steps. So data steps typically creates or modifies the SAS data sheets, but they can also be used to produce the custom design reports. So here, if you can see that the data step is actually naturally, it creates the SAS data sets. So input output of the data will be created with the help of the data step into a SAS. And when we say it's a proc step, then it's a typically analyzes and the process data in the form of a SAS data sets. They can perform the task listing, sorting, summarizing data and many more. So that means analysis of the SAS data sets is being done by the proc step. So when we say proc, that is mean those are the predefined procedures that SAS identifies. So here in the proc step, we are just calling a certain procedure and the procedure does take care of everything. So typical proc step will be a print. So it will print the output of the data set. Here is sample SAS program, and in a sample SAS program we have mentioned what is the program lines are telling you. So here you can see that it's a data step where it's initiates by the data. Here it's a name of a data set we have mentioned. Inputs to the data are being defined by the different variables. Those are nothing but the columns. So here we are defining the variables in the data sets with the help of the input. You are defining the new variable, that is a new underscore var, and we are assigning a label to the different variables, and here we are assigning the variable name as a label. And here we can see the data lines. So whatever data we are inputted through this data file, that is the data underscore set underscore name, will be here produced as the data lines. So here the same program we can see represented in our right side, the screenshot from the SAS console. So here we are inputted a data, that is the temp, input ID name, that is the salary and the department. We are mentioned here the input two variables. Then we are adding a label ID equals to employee ID, and then we have a data lines here by the one rig 623.3 and IT. So here we can see that department we have mentioned here the name. Here it is represented with a name. Here is the rig. ID is represented by the 1. Salary is represented as 623 and the department is represented by the IT. So similarly, you will find from the 1 to 8, it has produced the data lines that were there present into a temp file, that is a TEM. So typically SAS program will always start with a proc or the data state, and it will end with a run statement. Let's go to the So I can see there was one question why the dollar sign is used. So dollar sign are used to represent the type of the variable, and that's why it is being used there. So different type of the variables will be defined with the help of the certain notation. I understand that there will be always a syntax will be different for the different programming languages. So here you can see that here we are mentioned there is a proc step. So proc means we are mentioned here, and after that there is a run statement, it is in there, and then there is a output step, that is a proc print. So predefined or the procedure like a proc print is a predefined procedure, and here we are mentioning what to print, that is a data equals to temp. So this file will be getting printed, and these are the condition on which it will get printed. But we are not showcase this particular output here on the screenshot. Let's get to another example with the same. You can see that data lines is been mentioned. Okay. Now let's try to understand the proc step. As we have mentioned, it's a standard procedure that has been defined in a SAS. We have to just put the proc and then the name of the procedure. So here is a sample. It's a proc procedure underscore name option, the name for the proc, and then the run statement is being used. In our example, we have used the proc means data equals to the temp. So for the temp data file, the means will be calculated, and the means will be calculated for the variable salary. And then run statement is used to run or to execute this particular procedure. Here, if you can see that the means itself will produce this. So mean, we have got the output as a mean, standard deviation, minimum and maximum. So this is the analysis of the variance, that is the means procedure output. When we say proc print data equals to the temp where salary is greater than 700, then this output or the will be printed here, and we can see that the salaries those are greater than 700 are being printed here from the data set temp. Here you can see that proc sort data equals to temp, output equals to temp1. So now here you are not able to see the temp1. Reason being, we have created a new data set that is a temp1, and that is nothing but an output of this. And the output is been arranged in a descending of a salary, and it is arranged by the age. The quit, it is being used to define that the program ends here. I hope this could have given you some kind of what to say a glimpse about proc programming, a SAS programming. So if you have to say that SAS basically, yeah. So there are the few of the fundamental thing about a SAS statements as well as for the SAS variable names. So a SAS statement can start anywhere and can end anywhere. A semicolon at the end of the last line marks the end of the statement. Many SAS statements can be of the same line with each statement ending with a semicolon. Space can be used to separate the components in the SAS program statement. SAS keywords are not case sensitive. Every SAS program you must end with a run statement, because otherwise the SAS will not run it. Wherever we are defining the variables in our data sets, then we have to follow the key rules that SAS understands. So variables in the SAS represents a column in a SAS data set. A variable name follows the below rules. It can be 32 character long. It cannot include the blanks. It must start with a letter, that is from the alphabet A to Z, or it can start with an underscore, but it can never start with a number. Can include a number but not at a first character. Variable names are case sensitive. So if you define a variable name as a apple A as a capital, and next time if you write a small for apple, it will be categorizing two different variables. Yep. So yes, we are going to define here how the basic statistical procedures will be defined using a SAS. So first procedure, the code is written for to find out the means of some variables. The second case is to find out the correlation between the two variables, and the third could be to find a linear regression. Now, if we see that if we put the same thing in R, we have to write at least 10 to 15 lines of a code into R for the regression. If you write the same thing here, also the procedure, that is the proc statement is used. So proc reg, that is a proc reg has been defined already into system, and it has been executed on the data set, that is the data equals to cars1. And the model here, you can see the model is defined by the two variables. One is a dependent variable and the other is a independent variable. As we know, in a regression there are the two variables in simple linear regression. So this horsepower is nothing but a dependent variable, and the values of the horsepowers are going to be dependent upon the weight. So here we can say that horsepower is a y component of a regression that is having equation y equals to mx plus c, and the weight is nothing but an x that will define the horsepower, and then we are just running the or executing this entire program. So using a SAS, we can do lot of the analysis as well, and there are the many more procedure for doing the data inspection, cleaning, manipulating, modeling, and validation of the data. All of us can really use and learn the SAS very quickly and very easy manner also, and there is a lot of the resource also available for the SAS. So these are nothing but a list of the resources that has been provided online by the SAS itself. So SAS Institute has released a free SAS University edition, which is good enough for learning a SAS programming. It provides all features that you need to learn a base SAS programming in, and in turn enables you to learn any other SAS component. So you can utilize the resource like this. There is also SAS documentation. There are also SAS products and solution available online. And there are also the books that you can download and you can use them for learning the SAS. I hope this was more valuable for you to understand or have a basic understanding about the SAS.